fifth day meditation just finished. We sit 25 minutes and then kinhin, walk around 5 minutes, another 25 minutes of meditation. That's the routine. I did the same thing. Susokukan, counting, breathing. Usually I don't do that, but for this occasion I thought I'll give it a try, and I've been practicing basically counting, and it turned out the way I count, I don't know it's exactly correspond to the breathing, but it turned out 25 minutes I do 10 times of 60 seconds. So whatever that is, it just happened. So the first time was before I get to 60 times. And I pay attention each finger. So there are 10 fingers. So I just don't remember the number of times I let the finger remember. So I focus on meditation. And the second time, I think it was over that 10 fingers. So at the end, I stopped counting, and then it ended. The time ended. I had, in the first round, don't remember exactly, but about 10 or dozen delusion thought, which may be just a flick of a second or 2-3 seconds, or one of them, or maybe more than one. There was 3, 4, 5 seconds, and I noticed, and then I went back to no mind samadhi state. One instance I remember was I was thinking about corn for some reason, and the thought is interesting, so I start to play. And as I was playing, I'm using my mind and stopped. What's the other case? I don't remember. It's not important to remember, but it's kind of interesting. So the second time, again, maybe a dozen of those thoughts pop up. If you're not used to, you may have more and longer time. It's just the way it is, so you accept it. So it may look like a game I'm playing, but that's obviously not the reason. I'm curious how I'm doing, and in terms of the posture, balancing, all the positioning, muscle relaxing, it's not bad. So I don't usually do this counting for the last, I don't know, dozens of years. But, typically I do on my own, and that has been the case, but this is with people. And using this opportunity because it's very regular, like every day 6 o'clock and 1 hour. That's the typical case. Wednesday and Sunday we have more. But this is interesting opportunity, like a mirror looking at myself, this journal kind of like activity I do here by YouTube. I may see some change, but who cares? It's everything as it is. But I'm interested. The other interest is I'm sharing this in YouTube, and I have this project we call Artificial Super Heart. I'm not going to go into it, but that's about AI and human activity. AI, the brain extension, and the human brain, but with heart. How the communication can be made. And without getting into detail, I may have shared in the other video, that's part of the reason I'm doing it, that how we learn or unlearn things and be happy. And because of the AI and what's going on, I thought it's good to have a database to explain. I'm just one example, but I have this many YouTube related to the spiritual pursuit, whatever you call it. And those are maybe used as the database, as an example. And more database you have, more discovery, all that stuff can happen. So technology is moving forward in certain direction, and this is the direction more, to me, if I say it, internal direction, to connect to the heart so that we don't be overtaken by the AI or our own greed, ego, but have a balanced way. And this stopping the mind, samadhi state, and how that influence my life and possibly our life. That's just one small data point. But if we accumulate those data points, and then, let's say for my own benefit is an interesting word. Well, anyway, happy life, if that's the benefit, how I see it happening, along with all the videos I did, 8,000 videos. And this is a continuation, but special setting, controlled setting, so to speak, under this circumstance, at this age I am, and looking at myself in the mirror, and like recollecting how I did it. It's gone. But I capture, like a CAPD, check that plan do, check what's going on, and what you learn, and that's what I'm doing, acting to capture the essence in this video, so to speak, and in my own, and then determined to go tomorrow. Determined. I don't know if I'm that serious. It's just the way I'm doing it. So I might as well to monitor this CAPD for the next 2 months, whatever. And whether I'll keep doing this Shizukkan counting, I don't know. But I think I may do, because I have this curiosity of knowing myself. And not just knowing my brain, how it's working, but how the body is responding. And even those ideas popped up, ideas or delusion popped up. It's not delusion, it's just from unconscious part, something is coming up. Let me think about if there's another example. I had this moment of today's meditation this morning. Yeah, there was a moment of the bird, right? Oh, it was so beautiful. And I don't know, that was not a delusion, it's just a state of oneness. That's right. Oh, then the idea popped up. You can call it delusion, but this is interesting. I thought, oh yeah, the bird is beautiful, right? That's the kind of thought, but I wasn't verbalizing. But then the verbalizing started to happen, and which said something like, oh, that bird is meditating. I thought that's a good one because they are meditating and doing whatever is for them to do. That part that you can hear it a little bit in the back, but that was so beautiful. I can melt into it, and I was in a sense of blissful sensation throughout my body. This inner body sensation, aliveness. So there's a resonance, but the resonance turned into a little thought. Oh, that bird is meditating. And I thought, okay, that's not bad. I can call it delusion, but it's affirmation perhaps. So anyway, that's the thought that popped up. And without going much further than that, I just went back. And I think I lost to one time counting. That's another thing. And I was a bit surprised. Where did it go? I usually have this finger in certain position. And maybe I was so into it. And I have to restart. Okay, that must have been this finger or something. That was the second meditation toward the end. So the counting number was 7 or something, 70 or something. It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. But just the event that happened, and that was interesting. Why interesting? At least at this moment, I don't know why I think it's interesting. I just noted myself in this setting and I share that. That's all. That's the check, not evaluation. And the point of samadhi, which is to continue not just in meditation, is for me to just move on with my life. So I don't think about it. But that, when I'm not thinking, is self-organizing. And I talked about Indira's net, the ideas and so forth bounce around in my neuron firing and the body connection and the misconnection, or developing new opening or something. So that is the unconscious part of something happening, which is very interesting to know, because be conscious of unconscious, basically I call it like awakening. So instead of the delusion take over, you awaken, then okay, let it go. Something like that. So that was the 5th day meditation. May all beings be happy.